Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Steve's at work, but I thought I would kick things off by giving you a little look around the EK9. There's the 9. She's been floating in the air a while, so I'll have to get some wheels on her and roll her out. But I'll have to move this beast first because she's in the way. For those that don't know, it's parked up because after 4 years being boosted, during the penultimate round of time attack in 2018, one of the bearings completely melted. Like there's just nothing left of it apart from a few like little bits on the sump plug. I'll show you a picture of that. Yeah. So that was pretty much all that we got left, and a really burnt crank. And it just wouldn't turn over at all, so that was completely seized. But it did a good 4 years of being boosted. Did about 40 track days, pretty much the whole season of time attack. Went all the way to Nürburgring and Spa a few times as well. And I used it daily for a little bit too. So pretty impressed with that. 4 years having that much fun. I think it was about 30,000 miles I did on it, on that engine as well. For those of you that don't know, the EK9 has a B16B in it, which is the standard 1.6 NA 185 brake from Honda. The engine was only in this car, and this car was only sold in Japan, so she's an import, imported in 2008, and then I bought her in 2014. It's been garaged every winter, so it's absolutely immaculate underneath. It's actually lived in the garage for the last 2 years, so it's in really, really good condition. And the paintwork used to be immaculate, but there's a lot of stickers that go on the car for time attack, and I'm pretty sure they've wrecked it a little bit. But so yeah, in 2015 I finished the build. I actually boosted it myself. Everything but the bottom end was done at home. The bottom end I sent off because I'm not touching the tolerances and things at all. So that got sent off. But I had the block and I assembled all the engine at home in my living room, and then all of it was built in a tiny single garage. And then I think it only ever went away. TDI North mapped it and Sam's done the cage for it, and that's the only time it's really gone away properly. So I guess I'll start with the outside anyway. This car's had many looks, but the standard one is my favourite. I do like this bonnet and this spoiler on it though, so they're allowed to stay. Basically it's Jay's Racing carbon fibre bonnet. We've got the aero catches on because it's very, very light. There's a bag over the engine bay at the minute because I didn't want it to get wet. But yeah, it's a big old vent which actually did quite a lot in reducing the temperatures inside there when it was boosted, so that was a great little addition. My standard bumper, which is real wrecked because it's been stored in the garage for a few years. had a really bad BYS one on with many holes. Yeah, to get through time attack. The holes actually cooled it down a lot as well. They look really stupid, but they actually have a job. And here we've got the proper EK9 electric folding mirrors. They don't work because I've taken the button off. Well, they would work if the button was still there. These are the roughest EK9 wheels you've ever seen. They're actually unpainted. Had them for ages, just been storing them, but I've just sold 2 sets of wheels. The wheels I've wanted forever have come up for sale and they had to go so I could get them. So it's on these at the minute while it rolls around, so ignore the state of them. It's got spoon twin blocks. Can't see in there. No. But it's got 3-way BC coilovers on it. I haven't actually used them yet because this was always run on my Stars. But Steve kindly gave me the BCs when he broke his DC2 before he got to use them on that as well. I've got my Sika V2 rep because I'm not paying the full price for a normal one. Love these things. I think they look amazing. It's got the adjustable flap on it, which is great. This isn't shut properly, so it's not that badly fitting, and also the rubber seal isn't there either. This is actually a carbon boot lid, if you look there somewhere. Don't mind the wiring, we haven't wired that back up yet. The piece of wood's there to stop the boot crushing all the wiring that I need to do. It's filthy in here, I need to clean it, but you know, you get the idea. So this is the inside of the 9. This is a roll cage that I had done by Arc Autosports. Bit overboard, everyone said, oh, overkill, you've added all that weight to the car, but you know, who cares, and it was boosted anyway, so it really didn't matter. And just love it, it's just beautiful cage. Down here, that little bar down there ties the roll cage into the rear subframe, which I think is mint. And then obviously we've got an X down there, that one, the X behind the seats, and there is an X above the driver's seats as well, which I love. I've got the J Racing wings as well. They're actually 15mm wider each side, which is excellent for running the wider wheels because there's no way that they'd fit tidy. It's such a pain to fit, but most aftermarket panels are. Okay, I'll show you a bit the inside now. There she is. So that is the inside of the 9. Got the SPGs, winged SPGs. It doesn't always have these in here. Steve's taken our non-winged SPGs and put them in our Evo. So these are just lying about, so they might as well go in here. There's the cage on the roof. Got the door bars. I didn't have it going into the engine bay. I've just had the engine bay painted and just didn't want to go that far with it really. But I think it's pretty substantial as it is, so that's okay. I've got the Takata Harnesses, 6 points. They were in date, I think they still are in date, but they're lovely, such nice quality. I guess they get used so little as well. View from the back. I've got the old massive mirror up there. I just can't get it at an angle where I can see anything, so it's absolutely useless to me. I ran it without a dash and it was just too much. It was just too raw. I had a little dash panel in. I'll put a little picture of that because it did look really nice. You're just driving it and you're just in an empty shell of a car, and when you're in a 400 brake car, it's just a real reminder all the time that you're in a tin can. Also, it was on the road still at the time and we'd taken it to Spa and the ring and things, and it was just too much. So that came out and flop dash went in. I've never felt the need to have a heater in here. Never really had a problem with it misting up. I don't know if you can see at the front of the dash we cut holes in, and the air that comes in from the scuttle seems to be enough to stop the window completely misting up. I think we had one problem with it on a really wet time attack round, but other than that I've never had an issue with it, so just didn't feel the need to put the heater in. Really nice carbon tray up there. I've got my little panel. There's the rain light switch. cut-off switch, fuses. Amazingly, I have the OEM window switches, relocated them to here, and they still work. So you can lock the windows and control the windows from the OEM switches in the middle of the dash, which I really like. I love OEM stuff. I tried to keep as much as I could on this. Obviously, you know, you need the old USB charge points, so it's got some of them as well, which was really handy. Standard 9 clocks. They're in kilometres, so she's relatively low mileage really for a car of this age. There's my personal Nardi wheel, in really good condition because, again, barely used. This thing is our push to pass button. So when you're going down the straights, we had it on a button so you could hold it down, and it took the car from 390 brake to 500. It's meant, obviously that's on that wire, so you can spin it all the way around. So there we are. Oh, I forgot to mention as well, when we had the roll cage put in fact I'll show you. Okay, so when I had the roll cage put in, I actually had to go down to see Sam, because he wasn't local, and just check how everything was fitting. Probably can't tell, but I'm really, really small. I'm just about 5 foot tall, so I sit very, very close to the steering wheel. The only problem with that, of course, this bar is right by my head. I don't know if you can see how small this gap is here, but Sam, oh, it's covered by the dash. You can see the dash bar in there. There's a special mount on my dash bar where the steering column has been moved, so the steering wheel has come back, so it's closer to me, so I can sit further back. And it's not in at the minute, but I also have a plate on the floor which brings my feet up, because again, they're not very big. If you see, if they're on the floor there, I can't really reach the pedals, so it brings my feet up to about here, and then I can reach the pedals. So that was amazing. You know, it's really like made for me then, but the plate's removable so Steve can drive it. But yeah, that was great. Would have been a lot of trouble otherwise, because it wasn't safe how it was, so that's good. And I'll show you what I can see when I sit in this car, because I have to move the seat up as well when I'm in it. It's only down so low because the last person to use it was Steve for Time Attack. So the camera is completely in line with my eyes right now, and as you can see, I can't really see over the steering wheel. That's probably more where you want to be, but this is what I see. So I have to have the seat a lot higher than this. Okay, so much to see under here, to be honest, but I'll show you anyway. I have to remove my bags and remember to put them back. Okay, so there's not much to see in here anymore. As you can see, the reason that it does not move is because I do not have an NA manifold or an NA intake. It's really dirty as well, sorry, I should have cleaned it. But I'll give you a little rundown of what's going on. My favourite thing is my carbing strut brace. Absolutely love it. Look how pretty the welds are. They look just lovely. It's lovely, love it. But yeah, in here at the minute we've got a standard B16B in here right now. Well, the car blew up at Snetterton, so managed to source this B16B up from Rob in Scotland, thank you Rob, and stuck it in there ready for the last round. So this is a standard B16B, which probably sounds really crappy, but I'm really chuffed to have one. Gearbox, got the M Factory plated diff in there, 1.5 way. It's set really aggressively, probably a bit much, but there we are. Got a capture can over there, obviously from when it was boosted. It's got lines from the head and from the block. I really like my radiator. It's a fluidine one with a really nice custom shroud on it. Just to show you what it was running before. Sad. But here is my really nice kit from the Waterworks, the GTX2867R. So yeah, pretty much it. I'm gonna probably get Steve to do one on the Escort, which you'll all want to see. The comments on this will probably be like, ah, screw the 9, just show us the Escort, because everyone loves this thing. I thought I might start a couple of camper van build diaries as well. We have started, we just painted this recently. Chuffed with how it turned out. But yeah, I thought I'd do a couple of camper videos as we do the build. It's taking us forever, so don't expect them to be very fast. We've also got the EVO 8, which isn't here at the minute. It's off having work done, the AYC pump. We've got the dreaded 3 lights, so the AYC pump is off being fixed. We've also bought a really nice GT 3076 turbo kit for it. We're hoping to build it up to 500. 6 would be nice, but I think Steve wants 5. But yeah, that'll happen at some point as well. Steve's having a new race car built. Waiting on that. That won't be anytime soon, just because COVID slowed all of that down. Oh, we bought a new car as well. We've got nothing fun to drive now apart from our van, because the Evo is having work done, and we're going to take it off the road over the winter. So we thought in the meantime, while we're waiting on some cars, we would just buy a little fun car. So probably do a video and show you what we bought next time. But yeah, if you want to see some more, we'll probably do, we're having the garage rebuilt soon, probably do a little diary of that as well. But yeah, if you hit subscribe and give us a like, and I'll see you next time.